I start PA school soon, and I just wanted to share my tips for all of the people that are applying this year through caspa. Good luck, you guys are gonna kill it. I would say my first tip is to prepare for caspa early. I looked up the caspa application like months in advance. I think I started in October. Caspa opens up in like April or March. I started finding all the information, filling out all of the descriptions and everything in October, because I think one thing most people don't know is that caspa has like a weird layout where it asks you how many hours a week you were doing something, so it's not like your total hours. And then you obviously have to go back and find like your supervisor information, all of that stuff. And if you're like me and you took a gap year in college, like some of that stuff took a while to find. So that would be my first like tip. Second tip is to start figuring out who you're gonna get letters of rec from early. That way you don't have to scramble, and just let them know like, hey, especially if you still work with them. If you don't work with them, this might not really apply, but definitely start figuring that out early. And then look up schools that you want to apply to. Caspa is like super duper expensive. It's like $80, $60 to $80 for each school. So look up schools you want to apply to. Make sure you meet their recs. Like if you don't meet their requirements, like you're not even gonna be considered most times. Like it's just not, like caspa's just gonna like spit you out basically. Definitely make sure you meet the requirements, and then just think about it super realistically. Like there were some schools that I applied to and I literally got in and I was like, oh, like I just kind of wasted my money because I knew I didn't want to go here, but I was just trying to cast a very wide net, which is great, like that's good, but just make sure you're spending your money wisely, because it is like super expensive to apply to PA school. And then interview prep. Make sure you are doing interview prep, but not sounding too robotic, if that makes sense. Like I did not overly practice my interviews because I didn't want to sound rehearsed. Like I wanted to just be me and be true. Like this is kind of funny about this one girl. In one of my interviews, they asked you like, oh, like what do you do for fun, or one of your hobbies? And her answer was like volunteering, which like that's great, but it just felt very rehearsed and very fake. And my answer was crocheting. I was like, oh, like I'm really into crocheting right now. And then one of the panelists was like, oh my gosh, like I just crocheted a sweater, and like that was something we could connect on, which is the purpose of those questions. Like they're asking you what you do for fun so that they can learn more about you and just like figure out like who you are as a person. So those would be my tips. If you have any more questions, let me know.